Hey everybody, thank you for joining me. This is Jasmine with Ethereal Pathways. I'm going to do a channel collective message to see what comes out for the collective at this time, what you need to know that will assist you on your journey, your spiritual awakening, your ascension journey. And I've already cleansed the space with some Palo Santo and some prayers. And I have asked the Divine that only the highest messages that need to come through for the collective at this time what will assist you on your journey. Excuse me. So we're just going to take a moment, excuse me, it's going to take a moment to meditate and tap into the energy and see what messages need to come through for the collective at this time. So while I'm silent, if you're on YouTube, please feel free to hold your finger down on the screen. It'll fast forward to the part where I start talking. Thank you. Oh, by the way, take what resonates for you and leave what doesn't for somebody else, because some messages are for some people and some are for others. So again, take what resonates for you and leave what does not for somebody else. You may be receiving an incoming message. That just came. So let me silence my phone because I forgot to do that. There we go. Sorry about that. And this message is timeless also, as all my messages are, so it doesn't matter when I post this message, whenever you're coming across it. If you're pulled to, I do believe that there's probably a message here for you. I mean, I am getting that incoming communication for somebody. Maybe receiving incoming communication. Excuse me. With some kind of opportunity, or again, take it as it resonates. I think it's different things for different people. Some of you may be getting incoming communication about a work collaboration opportunity. That's been coming through lately. Some of you, it may be an opportunity to make peace with somebody from your past. So again, take it as it resonates, or both. You never know. There is an emphasis on collaboration when I just said that, so I'm going to write that down. I'm seeing a sea turtle as being, I'm just seeing a sea turtle in my mind's eye. So let's see, maybe look that up, the spiritual meaning of the sea turtle, and there may be something there for you, or you may really like sea turtles. Like in my mind's eye, I'm seeing one gracefully swim through the water, through the ocean. I'm writing that down. Oh, I just got goosebumps. I just got a message with that. So the reason why I was being shown the sea turtle almost like gracefully, almost like flying through the water, the way they look when they got their big flap, their flippers. They're graceful creatures. They're very peaceful and they're graceful, but they're also like what I was getting with that, the flappers, and it's like flowing through the spirit, like flowing through with grace. Something about that. The way that the sea turtle swims, it's like flowing through in a flow state in a way, but doing it with grace. So that may resonate for some of you right now. You may be doing that. You may be in that energy where you're in flow state, and there's something going on with throat chakra. That could be like an incoming communication, because I was not having this issue before I recorded. And this has been happening to me off and on the last month whenever I start these messages. And sometimes I'll be talking to people right before I record these, and I don't have those problems. So I don't think it's just because I'm starting to talk. I think I'm just tapping into somebody's, wanting to speak, or you're being guided to speak, or someone's being guided to speak, with some clear communication. What else, Spirit? What other messages do you have for the collective at this time? I'm seeing the letter A in my mind's eye. Oh my gosh, my nose is itching. I'm telling you guys, I don't have these issues with my nose itching. This is like the second video where out of nowhere it just starts itching. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, it's not running or nothing. It just itches. Okay, anyway. So, gosh, my goodness. I don't even know. That's crazy that it just comes out of nowhere. I don't have issues with my nose itching here lately, but it's for some reason when I started recording this last week, like a couple times this has happened in my videos. But I'm seeing the letter A, and I just heard A game. So that may be that may resonate for somebody as a term that somebody uses a lot. Maybe it's a sign of confirmation for you. I don't know why I just heard I'm going to give her my A game or something like that. That's kind of what I heard. What else, Holy Spirit, do you have for the collective at this time? I just heard manifestations, and that's plural. So a lot of you have been putting in the work, putting in the action to work towards being a better, person overall, ascending, working on your inner work, and doing creative work for, like your life purpose maybe. And I'm getting incoming manifestations are going to be coming in for those actions that you have taken, again in divine timing. But those manifestations, you're going to start seeing the physical manifestations of all the hard work that you've been putting in. So this is a sign of confirmation for some people to keep going. Just because they haven't shown up in the physical yet does not mean you're doing something wrong. I don't know why I was guided to say that. So it just means keep going. You have to continue to work on these things and release the outcome, or release the fact that it's not here yet. There's a message there about that. That's important for somebody to hear that. As long as you're staying in flow state as much as you can, and you're enjoying what you're doing. Again, don't infuse any kind of negativity in what you're creating is what a message I'm giving to somebody. If you're not feeling inspired in that moment, don't create. Because you don't want to infuse that energy into whatever you're creating. Wherever it is, whether it's, you're giving spiritual guidance as an advisor, or whether it's you're creating something with your hands, right? Like physical jewelry, or heck, it can even be, anything else. Spiritual bundles or things like that. You could be creating tarot cards or whatever it is. Whatever it is, I guess this is a reminder to, if you're not in a good mood or you're not feeling well, don't push yourself. You need to try to stay in that flow state energy where you're feeling inspired and in love and in a light, like a higher vibrational mind when you're doing those actions. And if you don't feel that way, don't force it. That there's a message there to do that. And I think that really ties in with that sea turtle, staying in the flow state gracefully, just flapping its flippers. I know it kind of sounds funny when I'm saying that, but that's what I'm seeing is you're being guided to just go, into the flow of the spirit. It's an easy go flow. And if you're feeling something coming up or you're feeling heavy, release that, work through that before you go back to creating, and that's just a message I'm getting clearly for, some of you out there. Again, take what resonates for you. Maybe some of you have been struggling with that, and you're like, I got to put out this, or I got to get this done by this time. Don't put so much stress on that. Go with the flow. Listen to your body, listen to your intuition, and don't put all that extra pressure on yourself. You know, yes, things will happen in due time, but don't do it when you're not in the flow state. That's what I'm getting. What else message? What other messages do you have, Spirit? I just heard the name Arlene. Maximus. Tori. What is the Spirit? Please clarify. I just heard the word stereotype. Is there a message with that, Spirit? There's a message of judging. How does this relate, Spirit, for the collective? Is this somebody judging them or vice versa? I'm getting just a generalized message with that's be mindful not to judge other spiritual practices and beliefs as being right or wrong, but also I feel like others are judging the collective as well. So I think there's just like a reciprocal thing going on there. And that could be like the law of karma. So again, don't shoot the messenger. That's just what's coming through. I'm not judging anybody. I don't try to place judgment on anybody, but be careful not to judge others for their belief systems, whether they believe differently from you and are. I'm even hearing some of you have stepped away from religion and you're being asked not to judge those that are still in maybe the religion that you came out of for their beliefs. So I don't know why that's coming through, but that's coming through for somebody. Again, take what resonates. But you're being asked to just look at it from a higher perspective because we are all on our own paths of enlightenment and we all make our own choices, right? Free will choices. To ascend and dig for the truth and, reach inward and learn and ask ourselves and our higher selves and the divine to show us truth. And some others may not be on that kind of path. They may choose not to take that path. And it doesn't matter really what the belief systems are. The main message is being guided to not stereotype, this group of people or religion in itself is not wrong. It, in some people's minds it could be, but you're being asked to look at it from a higher perspective. It serves a purpose and it's for our own growth, really, collectively. It has served a purpose. And so you're being asked to just look at it and not judge. And look at it from a higher perspective. And I know I feel like this is going to ruffle some feathers out there, but please, I'm just the messenger. Again, take the message if you want to or not. But I feel like there's some people being asked, just look at it from a higher perspective. Don't try to judge others for their different belief systems. Accept them where they are. Is what I'm hearing to share with you there. And that's really what unconditional love is accepting others that are different from you as they are without judgment, loving them the same as you would love yourself or somebody else, you know what I mean? Your own family, your child, you need to look at, take whatever the differences are, and set them aside. Look at them with unconditional love, because we're all on our own journeys for a reason. We're all where we're at for a reason. And we're not better than anybody else. We're all equals. So don't try to stereotype. And if this is happening to you and you're on the end of that, you're being asked to do the same thing. Don't try to judge those people for judging you, because you now have maybe left a religious institution or a belief system, because you are choosing to, take a different path. You're being guided down a different path with your intuition, and the divine within you is calling you to a different path, to maybe fulfill your life purpose. And so, again, like, if this is you and you're being judged and stereotyped as one of those, whatever, maybe woo-woo people, you got to let that go. You got to look at it from a higher perspective, that these people are not the enemy. They're on their own path, and you're triggering, you leaving, if that's you and you're leaving a religion or something, you're triggering those others in a way, and you're actually, in a roundabout way, you may not look like it, inspiring them to ascend themselves and look within and, question their own beliefs. And they may not be ready for that. They may not want that, but that's their choice. I don't know why this is coming out very strongly right now this morning, but this is the message. And please don't shoot the messenger. Please don't be angry with me. I'm just telling you the messages as they come through, to assist you at this time, because it's going to assist you in some way, looking at things from a different perspective, looking at it from a higher perspective of unconditional love. Anyway, that was just a message that, came through. I think this is going to be a little bit shorter of a message this morning. In the name Sarah, Troy, Jamie, I got Scorpio. You maybe have Scorpio in your chart. Sun, moon, rising. Or Scorpio energy. That's like death and rebirth, transformation energy. Some of you are going through a transformation. Another one that has been coming out in the messages. But again, take it if it resonates. But some of you are going through another ego death and another level up, and your ascension and your spiritual downloads are going to be coming in, or are coming in, to give you the higher insight you need to move beyond certain things, belief systems, patterns of way of looking at things, and maybe treating people, believing about yourself, things like that. And so that, use that as a sign of confirmation, that you're on the right path. Not everybody's path is going to be a little different. Your ascension journey may look different than somebody else's, and I think they're all unique. So don't judge your transformation journey with how others may be portraying their transformation journeys and feel like you're doing something wrong. Wow, that was a message for somebody. Because I wasn't even thinking, that just came right out. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. What else does the collective need to know at this time for their highest and greatest good? I just heard collaborate again. Some of you are being guided to collaborate with others, to assist others in the collective that are also going through transformations, and maybe spiritually waking up to their abilities, spiritually being guided to intuitively, through their intuition and their internal guidance from Spirit and the divine, are guided to work towards their life purpose of creating things to help the collective in some way. And maybe you're being guided to work more with others, to assist, come together, collaborate, help each other out in some way. co-create, I just heard, with others in the collaborations, whether it be you offer one service and the other one offers other, you work together and offer joint services maybe for a period of time for people, or whatever it is. Like, I feel like you're coming together and you're being guided to collaborate more with others. This is a heavy message coming through because it came through at the beginning. And again, use your intuition. If something doesn't feel right, or maybe the timing isn't right, listen to that. Because there's a time and a place to do that, and you will feel guided and inspired to do that when it's time. And you can ask for confirmations from the divine, from God and the Holy Spirit, and ask specific, for specific signs of confirmation, so you know exactly that's a sign that you should move forward with somebody in a collaboration. So that's for somebody. Anything else, Spirit? I'm seeing 22 or 222 as maybe a number synchronicity. Okay, what else, Spirit? 88 or 888, you may be seeing those numbers. 1010, 1212, 1221, 1222. That's another 222 right there. 666. No, that's not the devil's number. If you're new to the spirituality, it's not the devil's number. That was something somebody threw in there couple hundred years ago that was not true. It's a divine angel number. And what else, Spirit? 77 or 777, 111, 1111. I'm seeing a tree, and I don't know why, I just heard tree of life. Woo! Wow, I just got goosebumps. So that's a sign of confirmation that that's for somebody. I don't know if what you're creating, has something to do with the tree of life. Maybe it's jewelry or something, or drawing, but there's something there. Maybe look up the tree of life, Google that or something, or ask Spirit, like, what if that you're feeling resonating with that for some reason. Maybe you keep seeing that. Look into that and ask Spirit, to guide you what the meaning is for you, because I feel like that's for somebody. There's a meaning there for somebody. I just heard tractor. Some of you may have a tractor. I don't know. Just take it as it resonates. Mirroring. I think some of you are being guided to look at how others or specific people could be mirroring your relationship with yourself in some way. So you're being guided to look within, look at, some people and how they're maybe treating you, good or bad, whatever. And that'll give you a sign also. And that's not always 100% the case. Sometimes we are just meant to truly help somebody along their path, and they're not exactly mirroring our own relationship with ourselves. But a lot of times you will attract people. But there's a message there to look at that for somebody. If you're starting to notice then I guess this is for you, your message. This will resonate for you. If you're starting to notice that, you're being woke up, your spiritual eyes are being opened up to see how maybe someone's actions towards you are now, like, you're being shown that are reflective of how you're treating yourself and your own boundaries and your love for yourself or lack of love for yourself. So maybe there's a sign there for somebody to look at that. Again, there's no judgment here. We are all on our own journeys, and yes, that happens to me sometimes on my journey. I'm sometimes, that'll be shown to me, and I'm like, man, I got more work to do there, But again, don't take it as like you're not there, you're not good enough, because it's being shown to you for your highest good. When that's shown to you, when your spiritual eyes are open to that, and that insight comes in, to go look within and see and journal or whatever, or get professional guidance, whatever. But ask the divine too. Use your intuition. Ask the divine, When is this, where am I doing this to myself? How am I treating myself? If this is a pattern that maybe I was shown, please show me where I'm doing this and how I need to fix this. So that's a message for somebody. Again, take what resonates. Anything else, Spirit, before I pull oracles? I'm about to pull oracles here for a minute. I'm just going to pull a few. I have a new deck that came in. I had mentioned, I think on my last recording, it came in yesterday. I've cleared it and shuffled it, pre-shuffled it a few times. It's animal messages, like animal spirit messages is what it's called, I think. So I was really guided to get this oracle deck. Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective out of this deck at this time? These may be animal totems giving you a message. You may be seeing these, or you keep seeing them come up somehow for you, or again, you feel like you're going to use your intuition to feel that there's a message here for you, and maybe look up the spiritual, meaning of some of these animals too. You can get an additional message. Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective at this time out of this deck? Any other messages? Authentic. And penguins. Penguins may be significant for some of you. Maybe you like penguins. Reach out to your tribe in times of need. That could be collaboration right there. Family gives you strength when you face the storm. Love your uniqueness. You are full of surprises. Break free from others' expectations. Just be yourself. So, yeah. And that could be, I just got goosebumps again. I think that is a sign of confirmation of, maybe the stereotype, that fell out. The stereotyping that was coming through, message that was coming through about, you're leaving maybe a religion and you're trying to be your unique self. Inventor. Here's another raccoon. Whoever's, I think, watching these messages, that's wearing a mask, not being authentic right there. That's the sign right there. Wearing a mask. Decide on what you really want. You have the ingenuity to claim it. Avoid being the trickster and practice integrity. You have many roles and can juggle them well. Thank you, Spirit. So there's 2 out of that one. Any other? Do we have Spirit messages or Akashic or this other one? Okay, let's see. Pull for a couple from here, then I'm going to end the reading. Thank you so much. If you can like, comment, subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. It does help my channel. It'll show it to, more of the people that need these messages. Thank you so much for all your love and support. And you can hit the share button too and copy link, and it'll still, you don't have to share it. It'll still hit the algorithm. What other messages do you have for the collective at this time, Spirit, out of this deck? Thank you, please and thank you. Gift from fate. You can see that. Look at that little moon. Looks like a moon over the water. Oh, the subconscious right there. Yeah, some of you are being guided to go in. There's some subconscious patterns maybe there to look at. Gift from fate. Fate sometimes surprises us. It may be an opportunities, or a person. Cherish these gifts and treat them with gratitude. They will make your life better. Okay, thank you so much, Spirit. I'm going to leave the message there and wrap up the message. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope this helped you in some way. Please let me know if it did. I love to hear it, and I leave you in love and light. Take care.